Looking for the perfect summer escape? Whether you dream of sparkling turquoise lakes, towering mountain peaks, or sun-drenched coastlines, we've got you covered. From hidden gems in the Alps to jaw-dropping fjords in Scandinavia and fairy tale towns across southern Europe, these are the best 15 summer destinations in Europe, ranked by beauty, popularity, and unforgettable experiences. Pack your bags and let's dive into the ultimate European summer adventure. Number 15. Stockholm, Sweden. Imagine a city built on islands, where cobblestone streets whisper tales of Vikings and royals, and the sea seems to touch every corner. This is Stockholm, Sweden's elegant capital, scattered across 14 islands, connected by bridges and laced with charm. Your journey begins in Gamla stan, the old town, where mustard-colored buildings lean together like old friends and every alley feels like a secret waiting to be found. You hear the echo of footsteps on stone as you explore the royal palace, where centuries of kings and queens watched over the city. Around the corner, Stortorget Square hums gently with cafes and soft Scandinavian light. From there, you wander toward the island of Djurgården, Stockholm's greenest jewel. It's here that history and fun blend perfectly. Just nearby, the Skansen Open-Air Museum brings Swedish heritage to life, with historic homes, native animals, and traditions that feel close enough to touch. Hop on a ferry or stroll along the water to Södermalm, the bohemian heart of the city, where you find vintage shops, cozy cafes, and panoramic viewpoints. And when you want to escape entirely, the Stockholm archipelago is only a boat ride away. Thousands of islands scattered like stepping stones into the Baltic, where silence and nature rule. Museums like the ABBA Museum, Fotografiska, and Moderna Museet offer something for every curiosity, while the City Hall, with its golden halls and Nobel legacy, invites you to step into grandeur. But it's not just what you see, it's what you feel. This is Stockholm, where every island tells a story, and every visitor leaves with one of their own. Number 14. Ronda, Spain. High above a deep gorge, where the rocks seem to split in two, lies Ronda, a town suspended between earth and sky, wrapped in legend and golden Andalusian light. You arrive as the morning mist still hugs the cliffs. The air is fresh, tinged with the scent of olive trees and history. Before you, the mighty Puente Nuevo arches across the dramatic El Tejo Gorge, a stone masterpiece that took over 40 years to build, and centuries to forget once seen. You stand on its edge, breath caught between awe and vertigo, watching the majestic view. Tucked beneath Ronda's iconic Puente Nuevo, the Cascada del Tejo is a hidden gem that roars to life deep within the El Tejo Gorge. This dramatic waterfall spills from the Guadalquivir River, cascading down jagged cliffs into a pool far below, a stunning contrast to the stillness of the town above. Wandering into the old town, cobblestone streets lead you past whitewashed houses, secret gardens, and echoes of Moorish rule. Not far away, you find the soul of Ronda, the Plaza de Toros, one of the oldest bullrings in Spain. It's more than an arena, it's a museum of tradition, with its sand steeped in poetry and passion. Outside, cafes buzz with the rhythm of daily life, where locals sip coffee under orange trees, and time seems to slow. In Ronda, every stone whispers a story, of conquest and courage, of poets and painters. It's a place to feel, perched eternally on the edge of wonder. Number 13. Naxos, Greece. In the heart of the Aegean Sea lies Naxos, a Greek island where myth and beauty intertwine, where every path leads to history, and every breeze carries the scent of the sea and mountain thyme. You arrive as the ferry glides into the harbor, greeted by the mighty Portara, a lone marble gate standing tall on a small islet. It's the unfinished entrance to an ancient temple of Apollo, and as the sun sets behind it, casting golden hues across the sea, it feels like a doorway to another world. Wandering into Naxos town, whitewashed alleys twist like ribbons uphill. Below, the lively harbor hums with life, tavernas spilling with music, laughter, and the clink of ouzo glasses. But Naxos is more than its port. The island's heart lies in the villages, like Aliki, a hidden gem surrounded by farmland and olive groves, offering a quiet escape into authentic rural life just a short drive from the island's vibrant coast. Nature here is generous. Naxos also offers beaches for every mood, lively shores near town, sporty wind and wave hotspots, dreamy dunes, hidden coves, and untouched natural pockets that feel like your own private escape. You can enjoy the golden stretch of Ias Prokopios, the wild waves of Mikri Vigla, or the calm, family-friendly Plaka Beach where the sea melts into the sky. Temples, olive groves, windmills, and trails. In Naxos, time seems to shift, myths become real, and each turn offers something new, something deeply Greek, and profoundly timeless. Number 12. Verdon Gorge and Lac de Saint-Croix, France. Carved into the breathtaking terrain of southern France, the Verdon Gorge unfolds like a hidden canyon carved by time, a deep turquoise ribbon of water winding between towering limestone cliffs. As the sun rises, the gorge awakens with echoes of adventure, kayakers slicing through the Verdon River's glassy surface, hikers tracing cliffside trails with jaw-dropping panoramas, and climbers testing their limits on ancient rock faces. At the foot of the gorge, the serene Lac de Saint-Croix waits like a jewel, its calm, glacial blue waters inviting for swimming, paddleboarding, or simply drifting in a pedal boat beneath an endless sky. The Galitis Bridge at Saint-Croix offers one of the most iconic views in the region, where the emerald waters of the Verdon River emerge from the gorge and flow into the serene Lac de Saint-Croix, framed by dramatic cliffs and perfect for watching kayakers glide beneath. Clinging to the cliffs like a timeless jewel, Moustiers Sainte-Marie is a village that feels plucked from a fairy tale. Golden stone houses cascade down a rocky slope, connected by narrow cobbled streets that wind past fountains, tiny chapels, and artisan boutiques. Above it all, suspended dramatically between two towering cliffs, a delicate golden star hangs from a chain, a centuries-old mystery and symbol of the village's enduring spirit. This is where nature's raw beauty meets quiet human wonder, a place where every curve in the road, every bend in the river, and every breath of pine-scented air tells a story worth remembering. Number 11. Isle of Skye, Scotland. The moment you cross the Skye Bridge, it feels as though you've stepped into another world, a place where the land breathes stories and the sky shifts with every passing hour. The Isle of Skye, nestled off Scotland's rugged west coast, is a patchwork of wild beauty, ancient myths, and breathtaking landscapes that seem to whisper secrets to those who wander its winding roads. Start your journey in Portree, the island's colourful harbour town, where boats bob in the bay and pastel houses line the waterfront. It's the perfect base for adventures deeper into the island's soul. Head north toward the Trotternish Peninsula, where the earth seems to rise and twist like a sleeping giant. Hike the otherworldly ridges of the Karain, sculpted by ancient landslides, and stand beneath the towering Old Man of Storr, a jagged pinnacle cloaked in mystery and fog. Further north, wander the wind-swept cliffs of Kilt Rock, where a waterfall spills dramatically into the sea, and listen as the wind carries Celtic echoes through the air. In the west lies Dunvegan Castle, home to Clan MacLeod and the legendary fairy flag, said to bring victory in battle. Nearby, you might spot seals basking on the shores or take a boat trip across the lochs that cradle the island's wild heart. And then there's the fairy pools in Glen Brittle, crystal clear waters tumbling through stone into natural pools so enchanting, you half expect to see a sprite emerge from the mist. Skye is a place where nature, myth, and history merge. Every turn reveals a new legend, every mountain holds a memory, and every cloud that drapes its peaks seems to tell an ancient Highland tale. Number 10. Hallstatt, Austria. Situated between soaring alpine peaks and the shimmering waters of a tranquil lake, Hallstatt feels like a dream whispered into the mountains of Austria. It's not a simple village, it's a fairy tale painted in soft pastels, reflected in the glassy surface of Lake Hallstatt. As you arrive, The sight of colorful houses clinging to the hillside greets you like a warm embrace. Wander the narrow lanes of the old town, where each corner reveals blooming balconies, tiny cafes, and stories etched into centuries-old stone. High above, take the funicular to the skywalk, where the world unfurls beneath your feet. Mountains rolling like waves, the lake stretching like silver silk, and Hallstatt a delicate jewel below. The Lauterbrunnen Museum Hallstatt is a captivating museum, offering an immersive journey through 7,000 years of history, from prehistoric salt mining and Celtic treasures to Roman artifacts and folk traditions. Perched in the heart of Hallstatt's charming Marktplatz, a picturesque 14th century square surrounded by colorful alpine houses, cozy cafes, and shops, stands the Holy Trinity Column, a stunning Baroque monument symbolizing profound faith, gratitude, and resilience. Just a 10-minute stroll from the market square lies Badensel Hallstatt, a charming man-made bathing island with a sun-drenched meadow perfect for picnics, a playground for children, and a quaint wooden bridge that leads to refreshing swims, all set against a breathtaking backdrop of alpine peaks. End the day with a peaceful stroll along the lake promenade, watching swans glide across still waters as the sun melts into the mountains. Hallstatt is a place where time slows, and wonder lingers in the crisp alpine air. Number 9. Porto, Portugal. As the morning mist lifts from the Douro River, the soul of Porto begins to shimmer, cobbled streets glistening, tiled facades waking in the light, and the scent of fresh pastries drifting from narrow alleys. This is a city with a quiet kind of magic, where time lingers in every corner and discovery waits around every bend. Located at the top of Avenida dos Aliados, in the downtown area, Porto City Hall is an imposing granite landmark with a towering clock spire, symbolizing the city's civic pride and architectural grandeur. You continue your journey in the heart of the city, at Ribeira, the colorful riverfront quarter where boats bob in the water and laughter rises from cafe tables. Perched high on a hill in the historical center, the Sé do Porto, or Porto Cathedral, is one of the city's most important and oldest monuments, a true symbol of Porto's medieval heart. It blends Romanesque, Gothic, and Baroque styles due to centuries of additions and renovations. Crossing the iconic Dom Lois I Bridge, a masterpiece of iron and grace, you watch the skyline unfold like a postcard, Baroque churches, red rooftops, and the timeless curve of the river. On the Vila Nova de Gaia side, you're drawn into the cool cellars of famous port wine lodges, where barrels have aged quietly for centuries. A tasting leads to stories of grapes, tradition, and the sweetness of patience. Back across the bridge, you climb to Clerigo's Tower, the city's watchful guardian. From its top, the whole of Porto seems to stretch forever, a patchwork of rooftops, sea-kissed air, and golden light. As evening falls, the river glows with gold, and music flows from tucked-away taverns. You sit with a glass of port in hand, watching the lights dance across the Douro, knowing this is a city that is best felt slowly, through taste, sound, and soul. Number 8. Lake Bled and Lake Bohinj, Slovenia. In the heart of the Julian Alps, where mist dances on emerald waters and time feels slower, lie two of Slovenia's most enchanting treasures, Lake Bled and Lake Bohinj. Your journey begins at Lake Bled, where fairy tales seem to rise from the water. The lake shimmers like glass, cradling a tiny island crowned by the Church of the Assumption. A wooden Pletna boat glides you across the calm surface, each oarstroke a gentle step into legend. You climb the stone steps to the island chapel, ring the wishing bell, and for a moment, the world is still. High above, perched on a cliff like a guardian of the lake, Bled Castle awaits. From its ancient ramparts, you gaze over the lake below, the Alps beyond, and a sky that stretches forever. Inside, the castle's museum whispers tales of knights and nobility, while the terrace tempts you with coffee and panoramic views. But the story doesn't end here. Just a short drive deeper into Triglav National Park, Lake Bohinj reveals itself, wilder, quieter, and soul-stirring. Nestled in a glacial valley, this lake reflects the peaks of the Julian Alps like a secret kept by the mountains. Here, you breathe deeper. You hike to the tumbling Savica waterfall, where white waters slice through forested cliffs. Villages like Stara Fuzina greet you with wood smoke, cowbells, and Slovenian hospitality. And whether you choose to kayak, swim, hike, or simply sit by the water's edge, Bohinj offers nature in its purest form. Two lakes, one known for its elegance, the other for its untamed beauty. Together they write a story of serenity and wonder, waiting to be lived one quiet ripple at a time. Number 7. Algarve Coast, Portugal. Along Portugal's southern edge, where golden cliffs meet the deep blue Atlantic, lies the sun-drenched Algarve Coast, a place that feels like it was painted by the sea and sculpted by time. Begin in Lagos, a town where cobbled streets lead you to the dramatic cliffs of Ponta da Piedade. Here, nature's cathedral rises from the sea in towers of ochre and gold. Just nearby, Praia de Camilo invites you down a winding staircase to one of the most photogenic coves in Europe. Further east, Albufeira pulses with life, its old town a blend of whitewashed walls, buzzing restaurants, and the scent of grilled sardines drifting from balconies. For those chasing serenity, the beaches of Carvoeiro and Benegal are where hidden sea caves and translucent waters await. Take a boat into the heart of Benegal Cave, and you'll feel like you've entered a secret chamber carved by the ocean. Continue toward Tavira, a quieter gem where salt pans shimmer under the sun, and time moves slower. Visit the Ria Formosa Natural Park, a maze of lagoons and barrier islands, teeming with bird life and still untouched by mass tourism. In the west, Sagres whispers tales of explorers. Stand at Cabo de São Vicente, the once called end of the world, where the horizon stretches endlessly, and cliffs drop dramatically into the sea. Here, you can find the Cabo de São Vicente lighthouse and Sagres fortress that are relatively close to each other. The Algarve Coast, it's a sunlit journey through raw beauty, rich flavors, and seaside soul. Number 6. Lauterbrunnen, Switzerland. Tucked deep within a U-shaped valley carved by ancient glaciers, Lauterbrunnen is a living fairy tale, a place where the line between dream and reality blurs beneath towering cliffs and tumbling waterfalls. The moment you arrive, the sound of rushing water greets you, and ahead, a silver ribbon plummets from the sky. Staubark Falls. At nearly 300 meters, it's one of the highest free-falling waterfalls in Europe. A short uphill path takes you behind the waterfall, where mist and sunlight mingle in an almost spiritual hush. This peaceful village is often called the Valley of 72 Waterfalls, and it's easy to see why. From Lauterbrunnen, mountain railways and cable cars lead to storybook adventures. Ascend to Wengen, a charming car-free village perched on the cliffs, or continue higher to Jungfraujoch, the top of Europe, where snowfields stretch as far as the eye can see. In the other direction lies Murren, a quiet alpine village with breathtaking views of the Eiger, Monk, and Jungfrau peaks. Adventurous travelers can ascend even higher to the Schilthorn, where a revolving restaurant that was made famous by James Bond's movie offers panoramic views over snow-capped peaks. Along the valley floor, green meadows dotted with wooden chalets and grazing cows invite you to slow down. For a quieter charm, wander to Gimmelwald, a tranquil hamlet where time slows down, and hikers begin their treks into alpine meadows. Whether you're hiking, photographing waterfalls, or sipping coffee on a quiet terrace, Lauterbrunnen doesn't just offer views, it offers stillness, awe, and the gentle reminder that nature, in its purest form, is poetry. Number 5. Lake Como, Italy. Imagine waking to soft sunlight shimmering on water, mountains rising like a quiet guard around a deep blue mirror. This is Lake Como, Italy's elegant northern jewel, a place where time slows, and beauty unfolds with every curve of the shore. Your story begins in the town of Como, where grand piazzas and medieval streets welcome you with a gentle buzz. The Cathedral of Como, with its Gothic facade and rose-colored marble, tells centuries of history. By ferry, your journey glides across the lake. Water becomes road. Villages appear like brushstrokes on green hillsides. You arrive in Bellagio, the pearl of the lake, where cobbled stairways climb between pastel houses, and gardens bloom above glittering waves. You drift on to Varna, a quieter charm that enchants visitors with its romantic lovers' walk along the lake, high above the village, watching over olive groves and winding paths. The medieval Castello di Vezio offers breathtaking views of Lake Como and occasional falconry displays. Menaggio charms with its lively lakefront promenade, where palm trees sway beside elegant cafes and panoramic views stretch across Lake Como. Just behind the waterfront, its historic old town invites exploration with narrow alleys, stone churches, and a relaxed, timeless atmosphere. Everywhere, mountains rise around you, reflections shimmer beside you, and the quiet hum of Italian life. Espresso cups, boats against docks, the scent of lemon and pine fills the air. This is Lake Como, and once you've felt its magic, a part of you never truly leaves. Number 4. Meteora, Greece. In the heart of mainland Greece, where plains stretch out like pages and mountains rise like ancient myths, you suddenly see them, colossal pillars of rock, reaching skyward as if carved by giants. This is Meteora, a place where the earth and the divine seem to touch. Long ago, monks came seeking solitude and closeness to the heavens. They built monasteries atop these impossibly high cliffs, where silence lives in the stone and the wind carries prayers. Even today, there are still active monasteries, each one a wonder. One of them is the holy monastery of Great Meteoron, the largest, and stands like a crown on the rocks, filled with centuries-old frescoes and awe-inspiring views. The holy monastery of Varlam, the second largest in Meteora, is perched 373 meters above the valley floor, offering spectacular views of its dramatic surroundings. The Holy Trinity Monastery is one of the most dramatic and iconic of Meteora's cliff-top sanctuaries, perched on a slender rock pillar with dizzying drops on all sides. You walk paths once used by monks and hermits, winding through wildflowers, olive groves, and ancient steps carved into the rock. Below, the town of Kalabaka offers warmth, traditional tavernas, and the perfect gateway to the cliffs above. And as the sun sets, Meteora transforms. Golden light paints the stone pillars, shadows stretch across the valley, and the monasteries seem to float in the sky. It's a sacred landscape that speaks in silence, echoing the wonder of those who built their faith into the sky. Number 3. Plitvice Lakes, Croatia. Imagine a forest where water dances, where emerald lakes spill into one another through lace-like waterfalls, and wooden paths float just above the shimmering surface. Welcome to Plitvice Lakes National Park, Croatia's most enchanting natural wonder, where nature writes its own fairy tale in cascading blues and greens. The park is made up of 16 interconnected lakes, layered like a staircase, divided into the upper and lower lakes. Wooden walkways guide you across clear waters and through lush landscapes, where you'll pass highlights like the Veliki Slap, the park's tallest waterfall, roaring from nearly 78 meters high. Just nearby, the Sastivci waterfalls thunder into the river Korana, creating a dramatic, unforgettable view. In the upper lakes, discover the magical Galavac and Gradansko lakes, surrounded by peaceful forest trails and hidden cascades. Don't miss the boat ride across Lake Kozjak, the park's largest lake, which offers a quiet moment to drift across crystalline waters under a canopy of green. Every season paints Plitvice in a different light: spring's vibrant bloom, summer's shimmering reflections, autumn's golden fire, and winter's frozen silence. Whether you're drifting across Kozjak Lake by boat or hiking up to panoramic viewpoints that overlook this watery paradise, Plitvice stirs something elemental, the kind of awe that makes you stop and simply breathe it all in. Number 2. Dolomites, Italy. Rising like ancient cathedrals from alpine meadows, the Dolomites aren't merely a spot on the map, they are poetry in stone. As the morning sun kisses their jagged peaks with golden light, the landscape comes alive with drama, beauty, and silence broken only by birdsong and distant cowbells. Your journey begins in Cortina d'Ampezzo, the elegant heart of the region, surrounded by cinematic peaks like Tofana dei Roses and Monte Cristallo. Cortina blends Italian charm with rugged adventure. From here, mountain roads wind into valleys cradled by forests and wildflowers. Follow the path to Tre Cime di Lavaredo, 3 soaring pinnacles that stand like sentinels of time. Hikers and photographers alike find their paradise here. The trail around these peaks offers views that feel like they belong in a fantasy tale. Further west lies the Alpe di Cuc, Europe's largest alpine meadow, where rolling green hills meet skyscraping spires. In the distance, Sassalungo and Sasso Piatto rise with quiet authority, casting long shadows at sunset. As you explore, you'll stumble upon fairy tale villages like Ortice and Selva di Val Gardena, where flower-boxed chalets and wooden balconies feel like scenes from a dream. Cable cars here lift you straight into the clouds, to high-altitude trails and panoramic views. The Lago di Braes, a turquoise alpine lake nestled beneath craggy peaks, reflects the sky like a mirror. Rent a rowboat or simply sit in silence. This place whispers peace. And then there's the Great Dolomites Road, a scenic drive that winds through passes like Passo Pordoi and Passo Gardena, each turn revealing landscapes sculpted by time and legend. To call the Dolomites a destination would be an understatement. They're a living, breathing masterpiece, a place where the earth touches the sky, and every moment feels like magic. Number 1. Geirangerfjord Trollstigen Road, Norway. In the heart of western Norway, where mountains meet the clouds and waterfalls tumble like silver ribbons from sky to sea, lies a realm that feels like it was crafted by the gods. Geirangerfjord and the legendary Trollstigen Road. The journey begins as you glide into Geirangerfjord, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the world's most breathtaking fjords. Towering cliffs rise sharply on both sides, cloaked in green forests and echoing with the roar of cascading waterfalls. The most famous are the Seven Sisters, a graceful fan of water that seems to dance down the rocks, facing the Suta waterfall across the fjord, a poetic legend of longing frozen in motion. The village of Geiranger, nestled at the water's edge, is a peaceful starting point. From here, winding roads lead upward, and just when you think the views can't get better, the world opens at Ormsvingen, the Eagle's Bend, where the fjord unfolds beneath you in all its majestic splendor. Then comes the thrill of Trollstigen, the Troll's Ladder, with 11 hairpin turns and views that steal your breath at every curve. It's not just a road, it's an adventure carved into the mountainside. Waterfalls crash beside the route, most notably the fierce Stigfossen, and from the Trollstigen viewpoint, a dramatic platform juts out over the abyss, offering panoramic views that feel almost unreal. In this part of Norway, nature doesn't just exist, it performs. Between myth and mist, cliff and cascade, every moment in Geirangerfjord and Trollstigen feels like a chapter in a living Norse saga. All you have to do is drive, hike, or sail your way into the story. From alpine valleys to dramatic coastlines, Europe's summer wonders are endless, and we've only just scratched the surface. If you're dreaming of island breezes, crystal clear waters, and laid-back summer vibes, don't miss our next video, the 16 best European islands for summer vacation, where we explore the most stunning islands you need on your radar this season. Hit that subscribe button, and let's chase summer together, island by island.